Think you crazy, say you hate me. Sean play crazy like why you hate me. You pray for better is what you asking for. I give you better than what you asking for. Tired of the arguing, all the hollering in the back and forth. That's gonna drive you crazy.
Hello, and welcome to Barbershop.talk podcast. This is the podcast where our topics are determined by the conversations in the barbershop. That's right. We also one of the few podcasts that's not afraid to do our show live. Now, my name is J. Rod, and I'm your host, and I am in the Out the Way studio here in Indianapolis, Indiana. But I'm not here alone. I'm here with my co-host, and that is KC.
Thank you, J. Rod. It is a pleasure to co-host Barbershop.talk podcast here in Out the Way studio. And like J. Rod said, if it comes up on Saturday, it goes down on this podcast. What is MAGA? It is not a political movement with policies to uplift America. MAGA is a white nationalist, white supremacy movement. It reached a racist subconscious that was dormant in white Americans. They followed a man that has a documented history as a con man, failed businessman, and liar because he spewed a racist agenda. Now it's time to face the reality of who you support.
You or them, you ain't even gotta ask, you know I'm choosing you. For the ones who love me for me.
Hey, you know something, KC?
For that, karma fucking for free.
I think we'll go ahead and get our show started here, but before we do that, there is one thing I want to do, and I want to remind our listeners to like, share, and subscribe. Now, we're very serious about this because we are definitely trying to get our numbers up. So we're going to ask you, if you like our content, please feel free to like and share.
And subscribe.
That would be an excellent idea. Hey, Casey, check this out. We have a show today. Now, you have heard that they say public service announcements.
Right. PSAs.
Yeah, PSAs. Today we're going to do public service advisor.
Oh.
Yeah. See, I just made that up.
Okay.
See, because the reality is us giving advice. Now, what happened is some of our listeners sent in some videos and asked us to give advice or some thoughts, what we think about the situation. So I agreed to do that. Now, this may be a little bit more serious show than we had in the past, but that is okay, Casey. That is okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't mind that at all.
As long as we help in the community.
Oh, we got to help the community.
Yes.
Definitely. All right, now here's our first video here. All right, so this is about ministers in churches today that they always talking about tithes and offerings and how they'll put a little twist to it. So let's take a look at this one and then make our comments or give our advice after the fact.
It's about time somebody exposed this. And this for y'all church folks. When they tell y'all about tithing, they only tell you about the money. You hear pastors saying, hey, don't do nothing for the homeless people. Keon Henderson.
There is no blessing connected to blessing the poor other than getting back what you gave to them, but no multiplication. Multiplication is segregated for tithes and offering. When you give to the poor, the only thing you do is help them, but you don't help yourself.
Don't do nothing for the poor people because God ain't going to bless you. Bring your tithes into the church and that's how you get blessed. God don't need nothing from you to bless you. He say the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. You don't even belong to yourself. You belong to him. They'll tell you about tithing, but only the monetary. You have 24 hours in a day. How much of that are you willing to give to God?
My. Hey, okay, you can call this a public service announcement or public service advice. You know what I think about those ministers that does that do those type of things, Casey?
What's that, J. Rod?
I like to tell them this.
You suck.
That's right. They suck. Because first of all, it is completely wrong. Because when I was in church, I was raised in church, and I was always taught that your tithes and offers doesn't necessarily tie everything to money. It also ties it to your time. That's right. So again, they suck.
You suck.
That's me, Casey. What do you have to say on this topic?
Yeah, and I'm going to say this. The church that I was a member of for a long time, the thing the pastor always said was, your availability is your greatest asset. Not how much money you got, but just being available to serve the people.
You got that right. 'Cause I tell you one thing. If a pastor tell me to bring up all my money, I'm going to say this.
Excuse me.
And then I'm going to do this on the shoes. I'm just going to throw up on the shoes, KC. I'm just going to throw up on the shoes. That's just totally ridiculous. Yeah. You know, I disagree with that 100%. Now, with that being said, KC, did you, what was that one minister, was it the singer that said, I never would have made it? Something like that.
you never would have made it either, J. Rob. Marvin Sapp.
Yes, that is the guy. Now, there was a story that he was out there and he told the ushers to close the door because he's not letting anybody leave until he made X amount of dollars. I think it was $40,000.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I kid you not.
Really?
He has $40,000, KC. You got to see this video. I'm just going to go ahead and play it because it's crazy. It is crazy.
That is involved. There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. We all gonna leave together. Y'all ain't going no place but to the restaurant. There's 1,000 of you tonight, and those that are watching, it's 1,000 that's watching on.
Beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watching. Come on, this ain't no man of God, this a nigga of God. You think God is out here trying to hold people against their will over 40 bands? Is God Suge Knight? Is God El Chapo? What's really going on? And what was the 40 about? What a specific number. House payment, some kind of overhead expense? This is the nastiest of work. This is why people don't go.
Understand the cost.
You know, you got a point there, Casey. This is the reason why some people don't go to church anymore.
Yeah.
It's ugly.
Yeah, it's crazy, J. Rod. You got, nowadays, you have these churches, they're demanding the congregation give them money.
Mm-hmm.
And saying if you do, then God's going to bless you tenfold financially, you know. And that's not what God is about. You know, that's an old carny scheme.
Mm-hmm.
You know, God made the universe. He made our planet. He made everything within our planet. He did all that without one penny. Now, all of a sudden, he needs all this money from all these churches to give you some blessings that don't equal to the blessings he's already given us.
That's a good point, Casey. I just think they're busted. I think these churches today are busted.
Busted.
All the way live.
Yeah.
All right, so our public service advice, don't listen to those ministers because it just doesn't mean your money. If that's all you have to do, you give. If that's all you have is your time to give, go ahead and give that.
Yes.
All right, let's go to our next one. I have no idea what our next one's about. What does that say? Can you see that up there, Casey?
White girls who date black guys.
Oh, well, this would be kind of intriguing. Let's see here.
Why are y'all still mad about white girls dating black guys? Who the fuck cares? Get the fuck over it. If you're not my type, you're not my type. If you're not they type, you're not they type. Who the fuck cares who date who anymore? Like, who the fuck cares? I like black guys. And that's it. Leave it at that. If you ain't black.
Wow.
Really?
Yes, really. You know something, I hate to say this, Casey. I don't know if the word hate is the right thing, but I happen to agree with her because I got a feeling that it's all about features, and colors is a certain feature. Size, being tall, being short, being heavy, being thin, having curly hair, straight hair, over curly hair. All those are features, and if that's what you're attracted to, then that's what you're attracted to. There is one condition to that.
What is that, J. Rod?
Now, if you happen to like, if you're a white girl and you like a black dude or a black guy, be who you are. Because what I don't like is a white girl dating a black guy trying to be black. The white girl's trying to be black, and that I have no respect for you whatsoever. And that also tells me that you don't like the person because of who they are. You just may like their culture. And so, if you're going to be white, be white. If you're going to date a black guy, still be white. And the same go true for the other side.
Yeah, and I'm going to say this, J. Rod. I don't care who dates who. If two people are happy with one another, then that's beautiful. All right?
OMG.
Yeah. same or similar background, and they can't stand one another, be together.
Yeah, I agree. I think diversity is the way of the world. I think when they start splitting, stay with your race, I think that was taught by man. I really do. All right, so with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and move on to our next topic.
Okay.
All right, so what this is a teenage daughter asking the question to the father, can my boyfriend stay the night? Wow.
What's up?
Can my boyfriend spend the night?
This dad was asked by his daughter if her boyfriend can stay the night. But what happened next will leave you speechless. Is this how a father should react?
Okay.
For real?
Yeah. You got your mom?
Yes.
What you say?
She said I need to come talk to you about all of that.
I don't care. Where you gonna sleep at?
I know. We should go like chill in the room.
Okay. Hey, you sleep in your room?
He sleep in my room?
Yeah, leave the door open.
What? Yes.
Respect my house, okay?
Yes, sir.
I'm here. Your mama here. And your little sisters here. Your little brothers here. Respect my house, okay?
Oh my goodness.
He don't respect his house.
Oh my goodness. If a question like that came up to me, I know exactly what I would say.
No way.
That's right. No way. No way whatsoever. The father to me was a complete fail. Big time.
Yes, I mean, there could possibly be an ass whooping just for even asking me that. You know what I'm saying? And that goes to that level. But here's this guy, he's got his hat on backwards, he's got an earring, he's wearing some flip-flop shoes with his jacket and stuff. I don't know that he's been a fair representative of a good father role model in this girl's life to begin with.
I disagree with him completely. First of all, if a minor is going to ask you and you go, yeah, and they surprised, go, really? Then there was something wrong with that answer.
Because even they know it's wrong.
You are absolutely right. There is no way I'm going to have a teenager girl talking about, can my boyfriend spend the night? First of all, the answer is no. Are you crazy?
Crazy!
And I mean, you got to be super crazy.
Crazy!
It ain't going to happen in my house.
And then he going to refer to the mama. Ain't you the head of the household? Apparently he's not. But you supposed to be.
Yeah.
And you should have took care of that. Nip that shit in the bud.
I agree. I think he was an epic fail as a father. Epic fail. No. I am so disappointed in that, Casey. I am so disappointed in him. All righty. Well, let's see what our next video is about. That guy definitely didn't pass the test. No. Let's see what this one. Let's see what she's talking about. Well, it seemed like she's talking about nothing because I didn't hear anything. So we're going to give her another shot. And it will work.
Me too. And so I don't think body count should matter, to be honest.
I bet you don't think it matters. But
yeah, I'm going to stop that, Casey. You're right. I'm going to play that very beginning because I want to make sure that our listeners have the whole context of what this person is talking about.
So my body count is 1,572. And so I don't think body count should matter, to be honest.
I bet you don't think it matters. But to the person who's dating you, they get to choose what matters, not you. What if men said, hey, I don't think height matters, I don't think money matters, I don't think if I can protect you matters, all the things that matter to you. Sounds stupid, doesn't it? Cut the malarkey.
Ooh, that was hilarious.
Yeah. That's the word I use daily, J-Rod.
Is that the word you use daily?
Yeah, malarkey.
All right, so what kind of remarks or advice or what do you have to say about what that lady said? Now, did she say she had over 1,000?
No, more than that, over 1,500, J-Rod. So let me put that in context. That's if you slept with a different person every day for 4 straight years.
Oh my God. Now, if a lady came up to you, Casey, and she said that she had that many body counts, what would you say?
like she said she had 1,500 as her body count.
Yes.
You want 1,501? No. No, seriously, man. I would start backpedaling because I'd be scared I'd catch something just from talking to her.
Well, you're absolutely right. That's because right before she gets started, she's fired.
You're fired.
You are a loser. You lose. You lose. There's no way. No way. Excuse me. No, I'm sorry. I think that body count does matter. First of all, KC, I truly believe that is a private thing. You know, that's something that you don't share. That's private information. You keep it to yourself. I don't care if you have 1,500, if you have one. There's nobody's business but your own. And I think it's a reflection of your morals and values if you want to brag about that.
Yeah, and if you had over 1,500, you can't keep all that to yourself. Word done spread about you. So
I can tell you what spread it wasn't words.
Yeah, a lot of that spread too.
Yeah, it started with an S and it ended with a D. I'm telling you, there's no way. But anyway, no. My advice to you is if you happen to have a lot of body counts, to keep it by yourself. And if you're a guy, you need to keep this in your pants. Don't let it out.
Oh, snap.
All right. We're going to move on. Now, hopefully we got something. Oh, this ought to be something. Yeah, I like when senior citizens start talking, spread their knowledge.
Mm-hmm. Granny was spitting the real.
All right, well, let's go, Granny.
One need ain't your looks, baby. It ain't your money either.
Oh, boy, she started that off strong, KC. Strong.
A man's number one need ain't your looks, baby. It ain't your money either. What he needs most is respect. A woman who sees him, honors him, and don't tear him down when the world already trying to. Now hear me good, honey. Yep. Respect will hold him longer than anything else you could give.
Wow. What do you think about that, KC?
Respect and that food she cooking is going to hold him longer.
Yeah, well, cooking don't hurt. But I happen to agree with what she said. Just a little bit of respect go a long way.
Yes. Because you can be attracted to a lot of different things, but it don't keep you.
No.
You know, but when a man's got a home that he looks forward to coming home to, peace of mind, recharging, that's that weighs way more than if somebody has a lot of money or somebody is quote unquote beautiful or whatever.
Yeah, I agree with that. So. Some people put it in the same category. They put respect and acknowledgement. Acknowledge that he's done something for you. Acknowledge that he's putting bread on the table. Acknowledge that he's providing for you. That goes a long way because my mother used to always tell me, she said that when you go out in the world as an African-American man, the world is trying to break you down. And so you need to come to a house that allow you to build yourself back up. And that comes from respect and acknowledgement.
Yeah. And them pork chops don't hurt either.
No, pork chops don't hurt at all. And if you want a bonus, put some gravy on it. All right, we're going to go ahead and go to our next one. And again, this episode is all about not a public service advisor.
No, that's what we are. Not an announcement.
Yeah. Public. Wait, what? What did you just say?
It's public service advising. It's not public service announcement. It's
Right.
advising.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. It's about for whatever it is. All right. Now this is some good. This is some advice. So let's listen to this advice and see if you would take any of it, Casey.
Dead body, simply bury it 9 feet deep.
Oh, wait a minute. What did he say about 9 feet deep?
Bury a body 9 feet deep.
Wait just a second.
Okay.
If you want to bury a dead body, simply bury it 9 feet deep. Then place a dead animal 4 feet above it. This way, if a police dog smells something unusual, they will only find the dead animal. If you want to get rid of a crime weapon, the best way to do it is to melt it down into a block of steel. Then throw it in the ocean. This way, it will sink to the bottom, And if someone finds it, they will never know what it originally was. If you want to trespass onto someone's property, bring a dog leash with you. If someone asks why you're there, just tell them your dog ran off and you're trying to find it. If your grandmother is racist, create a photo montage of your brother or sister in a situation that will upset her. She will remove them from her will, so you will inherit a larger share.
Wait just a second. Wait just a second, Casey. What kind of advice is that?
Well, we got to put a disclaimer up, Jay.
What kind of...
Barbershop.talk does not necessarily recommend these advice. This advice is coming out. We're just sharing what's out there.
But I do have to say, Casey, that was some pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
I do like the thing when you talk about if you're trespassing, if you have a dog leash, if somebody question you, and I really think it's brilliant about hiding a dead body.
Yeah, well.
I never thought of that.
If you find yourself in a situation where you have a dead body to dispose of.
Well, this was brilliant work, Casey. It is brilliant work, is all I can say.
Okay, disclaimer is still intact. Barbershop.talk. Barbershop.talk. Got me all messed up on body. Barbershop.talk does not necessarily endorse this particular advice.
Oh, I thought it was a pretty good advice. You see, he got a pencil and pen right there, Casey. that was brilliant. All right, we're gonna go ahead and move on and see what else we have on our agenda today. And let's see what this look like. We have a little lady here. Let's see what she's talking about.
A woman who is broke and never been to college but is fine as hell, can cook, has good nurturing skills, good in bed, will always get the better man than the woman who makes hella bread, is hella accomplished, but she is totally out of touch with her womanly side and roles. It's women right now making tons of money, A+ credit, business rolling, while you're gone at work all day. Your man is cheating with a woman who's unemployed and makes him feel like a man.
Wow. Wow. She said he cheated with somebody who's unemployed. Wow. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm back to earth. Wow. Well, I tell you what, Casey.
Yeah.
If my spouse made more money than me, I only have one thing to say.
What's that?
Congratulations.
I know that's right. More money for the household is more money for everybody.
That's what I'm saying.
So we ain't knocking a woman for being successful.
No, not at all.
Just because she's successful doesn't mean she has to neglect her husband or her family. Now, because I don't care how much money you make or don't make, if you neglect your husband or your family, don't recognize the man as the head of the household, there's going to be some issues. But if you making the money and you still recognize your man as the head of the household, it's all good.
That's right, because as a husband.
Gimme.
Now, on the serious side, Casey, on the serious side, I guess the point that the people are trying to make on that video is that the people, females that normally make a lot of money or focus on their career, have a tendency to sacrifice their family. Sometimes they focusing too much to being successful and they forget what's really important. That's why sometimes you see actors, politicians, people in leadership role in the world will say, I'm going to take a break and step back because I'm going to focus on my family. Now, unfortunately, what caused that a lot of time, KC, is something tragic that happened in their family. Sometimes it's a overdose, a drug of one of the children. Sometimes it's when one of their infants drowned in the pool. Sometimes they find out that the husband had been involved with the unemployed woman, as they say. And so when that happens, normally it snaps them to reality and realize that they may be putting focus on the wrong thing. So I think that's what about. I think it does have some merits. May not in every situation, but I think that may be true in a lot of situations.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to associate being successful with being neglectful. All right?
That's a good point.
I think if if you're a person that cares about, your mate, as you become more successful, you're still going to care about your mate. Now, if you're a person that's neglectful to your mate, it doesn't matter if you're successful or not. You're still going to be neglectful because that's your nature. So,
That's a very good point, Casey. That's a very good point. I just think sometimes they just forget about their partners. Because I do believe there's cases where a person really love their mate, but at a particular moment be focusing in the wrong area.
Yeah.
So that was a pretty powerful little video there, Casey. So let's see what this other one has to say. It seems like so far they give some pretty good information, and we are knocking it home with our advice. Let's roll.
I have a message for all those black and Latino men who ended up voting for Trump. You should have listened to Obama. You put a collar around your own necks. And I hate to be the one to break it to you, but you are never going to be welcome into the old boys white man's club. It just ain't going to happen. Good luck.
Oh, boy, do I got something to say about that one, Casey?
Well, go ahead and say it, J. Rod.
She's absolutely right. You're never going to get that membership card.
Goodbye.
No, you're simply not. And I think a lot of people have a tendency to forget that. I mean, it's, I think, I'll give you an example who I think is thinking that he's in the club, but eventually they're going to remind him that he's not, and that's Clarence Thomas.
Yeah.
I think he's one person who's trying to desperately get in the club.
And
But
there's some others in history. O.J. Simpson comes to mind.
oh yeah,
But here's the thing. Why do you want to get in that club? That club ain't popping. There ain't no Hennessy, no Cavassier. The music sucks. You don't want that club.
I think they try to get some benefits, that privilege. They think that white privilege can rub off on some black privilege or some brown privilege. That's what I think, KC.
You really want them old finger snacks as opposed to some fried chicken? What's wrong with you?
Did you say fried chicken?
I did,
Excuse me.
Our clubs, we gonna have some fried chicken or some fried fish. Something like that's going down in the club, right? But you don't want them old finger snacks with a little side of caviar. I don't want no fish eggs, man. What the?
Whatever.
All right, I'm moving on. I am moving on, KC. That's a ridiculous talk. All right.
I know what club I'm going to.
You know, okay. Ooh-wee. Oh.
No.
No. All right, here we go. We're going to try this next one, all right? And we're going to see what she's talking about. And she got a very important topic as well. And here we go, Casey. Let's get to kicking. Uh-oh. So we ain't kicking anything like that, KC. that was a fail there. That was a fail there.
I think we can get it back, though.
Well, let's try it. I'm going to give it a shot here. That's why we do things on live, because we don't care showing our mistakes and errors.
If you already got kids and you're looking for a relationship, you have to be an exceptional type of woman. Period. See, if you want a man to love you and take care of kids that's not even his, you're going to have to stand out, sis. It's not impossible, but let's not act like there is a line of men waiting outside your door for that position. It's harder, and that's just reality. Let's just be honest. Most men are not signing up to take care of another man's kid. So if you want a good man, you're going to have to set yourself apart. You can't be regular. You're going to have to bring something different to the table.
Wow.
You know what, though, J. Rod?
I'm listening, Casey.
She makes a valid point.
She makes a valid point.
Yeah. So let's say you're a young guy and, you're not committed to anybody. You're honest about that, and you meet 3 young ladies, all right?
3.
And but you just meeting them and talking to them, getting to know them, all right? And if one of them has a kid or a couple of kids, and the other 2 don't, and all other things as you relate to them is pretty much equal, the one with the kids is probably going to be at a disadvantage. And, that's just reality. That ain't saying she should be or something's wrong with her. I'm just speaking reality.
Well, I think there's a lot of truth to that, right? Because there's some additional, I don't want to call it child baggage, but there's some additional luggage that you bring into the relationship. But it's one thing that she said that bothers me about the younger generation, and it has nothing to do with the children. I don't think that they take relationships as serious as they should. She made the comment where, there's other people going to be lined up out that door to play your position. It makes it seem like it's a game, right? Because every sport has a position, So I don't like that reference in a relationship talking about, I got other people to play that position. That just bugs me. So I had to get that off my chest. But I do think that she have some merits. There was a time in a generation where, it was okay for a teenager or somebody's unmarried to have a child at a young age. It seemed like society has accepted that for a certain period of time, but I don't think they thought all the way through it. Because now we have the second half, and the second half now is that there have been a shift in the mindset, and that shift is that the younger guys saying, I'm not raising somebody else's child. And so now these women are really in a predicament now, because I believe that she is absolutely right. If you have a child, you are at a disadvantage. It's no different than being African American and you put your application in for the job. You may be at a disadvantage.
Yeah, and it's like you was applying for one of Trump's condos. They're going to mark a big C on it.
You're absolutely right. All right, so there's something to think about now, is that, or at least realize that, and she talking about you got to bring something else to the table. And I don't know what that something else may be. I just think you need to be the best all you can be and taking consideration.
Well, part of it can be just showing how, even though you have a child, you're still a great mom and you're still pushing forward with things you want to accomplish in life. So, it's not impossible, but yeah, it does put you at a disadvantage.
That's a good point, Casey, because in my opinion, there's nothing more sexier in a woman than being a good mom. Somehow that does something to me as a man. And maybe I just thought about this. Maybe it's because that's the way I want my children to be treated, and maybe that's why it's a turn on. I don't know. Now my comment sounds reasonable. Yours sound like a pig.
I didn't make the comment yet, because I'm not saying there's not something attractive in seeing that. A woman being a really good mother, because there is a lot, that as it is compelling. But it ain't as sexy as some pumps and a little outfit, and But that's another story, J. Rod.
Yeah, outfits may have an advantage. All right. Okay. With that being said, we're gonna move on. Again, our show today is not public service announcement. It is public service advice. Did I get it right that time, Casey?
Yes, you did.
Okay. All right. Let's see what we got here. Now, there was an episode, or I shouldn't say episode, but we were just talking about you want to be a member and you're never going to be a member.
Right.
When I remember seeing this video that we're looking at here, Casey, and it reminds me where you try to be a member, because, it seems like to me is that it goes all the way back into slavery when you have the house slave trying to be a member of the massa household versus the field slave.
Yeah.
And so sometimes you might get this interaction, and hopefully you get the gist of what I'm saying here.
Yeah. Hello, my ass. Who? This nigga up on that name?
Oh, Stephen, you have nails for breakfast. What's the matter? Why you so ornery? You miss me, huh?
Oh, yes, sir. I miss you like a hog miss slop, like a baby. Miss Mammy Titty. I miss you like I misses a rock in my shoe.
Now, let me tell you what that reminds me of, Casey. Now, when I was working in the corporate world, there were some African Americans that loved to joke around with Caucasian folks. But they just didn't realize when they was out the room, the joke was on them.
Oh, so they was like shucking and jiving.
I guess you could call it shucking and jiving. But the joke was on them because all the jokes, they was joking about that individual, but the African American thought they was joking with the individual.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you, that's just that clip remind me of that.
Right.
And I just had to put that out there.
Yeah, it's like when a coworker wants to bring you some ethnic jokes about some other ethnic, not African Americans, right?
Absolutely.
I'm like, no, I ain't laughing at that, and I cut him short. I don't want to hear that stuff.
You are
because
absolutely.
when he get with the next person, it's going to shift. The ethnicity of that joke is going to shift, and it's going to be you. So no, don't come to me with that stuff.
You're absolutely right. You are spot on. All right,
that was one of my favorite movies, though.
That was one of your favorite movies?
Oh man, that was an outstanding performance. I mean, Samuel Jackson, he was so good you wanted to kill him.
Well,
you know, oh, he was excellent.
Wow, kill him. Okay.
Yeah, in that movie you did.
All right, let's see what this is. Let's see if this is a public service announcement and get our public service advice.
Like I was like between two of them, and you still blow my motherfucking phone up like I'm the one. You gotta love yourself more, sir. You gotta love yourself more.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. I'm going to use my imagination with that video. But if she said what I think she said, yeah, he definitely got to love himself more.
And she's trying to give him the advice. She's like, look here, bro. This is where I'm
Phil!
This is what I'm about. Right?
Yes.
This ain't what you want a wife.
No. She's telling you up front, I am not wifey material.
Yeah, you gotta up your standards for yourself, man. That's what she's telling him. You know, you gotta up your standards for yourself.
It also tells me, Casey, if she is that free about it, by talking about it, surely he knows about it.
Yeah.
He has to know about it. And he's
like,
still.
You know about the two of them.
Come on. He have got to be kidding. Now, if you like you said, if you dealing with a lady like that and she's telling you up front, she's just trying to be honest. And I got to respect that.
Yeah.
She's not trying to hide anything. Oh, okay. All right. So that's our advice.
Yeah.
Just tell her to take a hike.
Take a hike.
Because you got the rope. All righty. That was her. Well, that was a bold video there.
It was.
All right.
Honesty, though.
It was honest. All right. Hopefully we get another honest one here and see what this guy has to say. You know something? That is one of the things about doing things live. Sometimes they just don't say anything. And we need them to say a lot, KC. We need them to say a lot.
That's what our show's about.
That's right. So let's try that again.
You know you live in a racist nation when a black athlete can't kneel for the national anthem, but they will hold a moment of silence for a white supremacist.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a free society. And, you know, an athlete takes a knee, you know, which is not offensive. And it's his right.
Yeah.
Right? But he's blackballed and banned and talked about, you know, as a national disgrace. But here's a guy that's an open white supremacist. You know, this dude preaches hate and racism and wraps it in Christianity.
Yeah, can you believe
You
that?
know, and yet they want to praise and acknowledge him and give him a moment of silence.
You know, that's a true statement. America, I want you to look in the mirror just for a second. Because I hear a lot of you folks say, that's just not who we are. And in reality, that's exactly who you are.
Yeah.
This is you. This is the country. And we have to change things. Just as simple as that. You know, so anyway, that to me, that is a stamp on what this country is about.
Yeah.
So they just need to get out of denial, if you ask me, Casey. United States citizens, get out of denial.
Yeah, I don't even. It's not even a veiled denial anymore. You elected Donald Trump twice.
Mm-hmm.
A guy that is, has started his campaign spewing a lot of racist stuff. Racist against this group of people, that group of people, and another group of people.
Mm-hmm.
And, he has a history of being one of the most immoral persons we've ever seen. And you knew that he was friends with Epstein for 20 years.
That's right.
And you still voted for him twice.
Right.
So,
and don't cry about what he's doing and wrecking your life. Don't cry about it. Because I can tell you what he's doing right now in the White House.
What's that, Jay?
You got to listen hard now. Every single time. Every time that somebody go bankruptcy in this country, he goes. Every time he takes your SNAP benefits, your Section 8.
To the farmers who couldn't get all their crops out of the field because they didn't have the workers.
Oh, he says something different for that. He says this. You're fired! And then he does this. All right, okay. Well, we're going to move on to our next video here. And let's see what this guy has to say. Speaking on Cincinnati once and one time only. Oh, okay.
I'm going to speak on this once and one time only, and this is the other white people. And this is about that Cincinnati repercussions thing. Because I'm seeing white people run their fucking mouth on here about how dangerous and violent, the black people were that handled those white people. No, fuck that shit. We are in open, overt white supremacy, violent white supremacy right now. This country's been about that for fucking centuries. Keep your fucking hands and your mouth to your goddamn self as a white person. You think black people, you think indigenous people, people of color, people from other communities outside of whiteness should just fucking take that shit. And that's not how this works. And you're going to get people that are real fed up with us. White people can literally end the life of a black person by calling the cops one time. White people can literally end the life and the family structure of an immigrant family by calling ICE one time. And you think that it's okay to go around and do this like free speech? You throwing out slurs and shit. And so when you get fucked up, you want to turn yourself into the victim. Fuck that shit. Nope, that's a life lesson. And I'll never speak for anybody from any community outside of white people. And I'm telling you, you might think that you can go run your fucking mouth and say whatever the fuck you want, do whatever the fuck you want. That time is coming to an end. And I don't care how many people fucking teach you a life lesson. Keep your fucking mouth shut and keep your hands to yourself. It's really fucking...
Wow. You know something, Casey?
Mm-hmm.
I think that white man is ahead of the curve.
No doubt. No doubt. So all the Karens and the Kens out there, we ain't taking that. We ain't taking that. You can have your opinion, but don't you get in my face with it, and don't you dare touch me, because if so, well, there's a reckoning.
You're absolutely right. And the thing is, I think that this society have evolved and has changed, because back in the 40s and the 50s and even the 60s, that they used to do things and say things to African Americans, and African Americans didn't do anything. They wasn't as educated, or they had a lot of fear. But a lot of African American and other cultures now are educated and no longer have that fear. And so if you think that you're going to get in somebody's face or put your hands on someone, you may be careful what you're going to get in return, because it may not be what you expect. So they are trying to, when I say they, I'm talking about some of the people in the Caucasian race, they still reading that old playbook. It's ineffective today.
Yeah, because one of the historical things that our people do know today is that, the government and the laws didn't stop lynching. It was when we started shooting back, that's what stopped lynching. And we haven't forgotten that.
Well, that is a very good point, Casey. So I'm going to end our show by showing this.
Yo,
Trump, you orange clown, your whole throne's a mirage. You built a kingdom of lies off a bankrupt garage. You ain't no patriot, just a Twitter finger fraud. Ducking drafts, sucking cash, hiding truth like a god. I'm the voice of the people, you just talk for the rich. Built a wall for your ego, now it's starting to glitch. You had kids in cages while you posed for a flick. I put bars and pages that'll break you real quick. Stormy's ghost still haunt you, subpoenas in hand. Even your lawyers fleet faster than fans of your brand. I'm Slim Shady with a purpose, a lyrical hitman. You just a washed up game show with a spray tan. It's the fall of Trump, no redemption, no grace. Just the echo of truth in your punchable face. You played God with the law, now it's judgment day. I'm the karma in the verse, better kneel when I spray. It's the fall of Trump, no redemption, no grace. Just the echo of truth in your punchable face. You played God with the law, now it's judgment day. I'm the karma in the verse, better kneel when I spray. Yo, how you preaching law and order, but your goons storm the gate, waving flags while they pissing on the Capitol.
Wow, KC. Wow. I kind of admit I kind of like that tune there.
Oh, yeah, that was Eminem.
That's right. Do you have any closing comments you want to make, KC?
No, I think this show spoke for itself, but if you have something...
I want to thank you for listening to Barbershop.talk podcast. Please tell your family, friends, and enemies about our podcast, Barbershop.talk, available on your favorite podcast platforms. Let's have peace in the streets. Be safe, be wise, and be loved. And we say, go mob.
I bad bitches, money count on, cash on me. Shawty blew my phone, that's corny.